Oh, and it looks like I'm live now. The quality doesn't look very good though. Anyway, how are you all doing today? I'm live. How are you doing today? I started using Manicam again, but I think maybe it's my computer causing these little glitches here. Anyway, um, how is everyone doing today? I thought I'd come on. This morning on my way to work, I got an email, showing my native camp account is now activated. I thought it already was. I already opened up a slot this morning, well, actually for this evening. It hasn't booked yet, but anyway, here's the email I did here. Let me see what's wrong with my. Well, I do this every time. Alrighty, so I got an email today. I hope you can see it. I'll move my mug out of the way. You can see here that it says. I'm looking this way, and the thing is that way. Oh, never mind. I just threw myself right there. We hope this message finds you well. Congratulations, your account was activated. You can start conduct lessons from now on. So it looks like now I can officially conduct a lesson if I want to, I guess. And here they go into, I guess they're encouraging sudden classes. You'll see why in just a moment, I guess. Compare the compensation for sudden class is less than booked class. And this is something that it's kind of different from other ESL companies. Sudden classes, you can think of those as sort of like, remember VIP Kid, if you had a short notice, they gave you more. Well, here they give you they give you less, I guess. But it's also an optional type of lesson for teachers, but has many advantages. And so the advantages they're talking about, and I read more about it, was that it allows new students to find you better, helps you build your clientele more. And I can see where that is. Like if VIP Kid could have done that maybe, but I don't know how many people would have done it for less for that. So there's two types of classes. The booked classes, that's one you can schedule. It's reserved for a specific date and time, just like we're used to on most of the other platforms. And sudden class where students can enter at any time, it's not a must. And so there you can, like right now it is 3:26. I guess I can open myself up for like 3:30 p.m. and just put like, I forget what the button is. We'll look at it here in just a moment. There's a button you can select to make yourself available. And then if somebody wants to book you, they can book you. They have their own currency, native camp currency, but it comes out to, for every booked class, which is not bad. This is $9 per booked class that I can get. Sudden classes are $4, and they're 25-minute lessons for that. Advantages to conducting sudden classes. Okay, no need to wait for reservation. In a sudden class, students come to your lesson as soon as you go in standby. That's the button, yeah, standby mode. And that's the button that you use according to the little training videos I've been watching. And if you work for this company, you can please correct me. When it's time to, I think it's like 5 minutes before the class starts, you can go into standby mode. That way the student, it's ready for them. They can go ahead and join you when it's your time to get together. But if there's something not booked, you can just go into standby mode and I can earn at least $4 maybe. That's $1 shy of what Ingu does. You're able to work in your spare time, even for only 30 minutes. If you have another job while working for Native Camp, you can start sudden classes just waiting for them. You can do that. You can do that as well. Book class in another English online school, whatever. So if there's something not booked, maybe like for Ingu, maybe there's a gap, and I really want to make something instead of taking a break, I can earn $4, which is better than zero. Become a popular teacher by having sudden classes and getting more booked ones. And so again, they have their points. I just the $4. I guess you have to put in the work first before you get all the book lessons. But seeing this right here, $9 for a booked class. I haven't seen that. Of course, there's OutSchool, but I haven't seen anything comparable ever since the Chinese ESL companies, booted us out. Well, China booted us out, not the companies. 9 is what I was getting for GoGo Kid, and $8.50 is where I am for VIP Kid. Of course, now global it's $7, but I haven't got any global yet. I still get the old platform students. I don't know anything about incentives or anything like that, but if you like to do, I've already done this here. I went to applied, so now I can do sudden lessons if I want to. Guidelines for native speakers. I don't see what that is. I was looking at that earlier. I don't see what the guidelines are talking about. Well, I'll let you see the site here in just a moment, what it looks like. I might need to restart my computer reboot it because it's a lot like real skippy, like glitchy. Okay, how many pages is this? Native supplement. Okay, guidelines. Welcome to Office Editing. I don't need a tour. Okay, this is your screen. Guidelines. Just 2 types of classes. We've already went over that. You cannot conduct lessons at the beginning. If you're interested in conducting these lessons, please send a request. And I did that. Okay, I did that already. Request for sudden class. That's like a Google form, and I guess to go in and change your schedule. You can do that. Students tend to choose sudden classes mainly. They tend to choose. Maybe they're cheaper for them to do that. I don't. Who knows? You should get high evaluations on sudden at the beginning. I don't know. You can't. You should, and you can't guarantee that. Teachers' profile picture should be professional. I've done that already. Here's some videos. I've already done that. And this is mine here, I guess. Booked class, sudden classes, about $9. About. Well, mine said it better not be about because my email said 9 and 4. So they're going to change it on us here. We're running a promo to increase sudden fee from that to 4. Oh, so it's okay. Well, I'm already getting 4 per that email I got. Teacher cancellation. You have this teacher's auto cancellation. When you cancel the lesson because you are not on standby mode, because you are not in what? Okay, so you get deducted like that many. So it's like $9. That's a whole class fee there. You have this status when you cancel the lesson 1 hour before. So you have 1 hour before, you get a whole lesson fee deducted. Teacher cancel 1 to 24 hours, then it's much lower there. So I guess if it's like outside 24 hour, then you don't get a deduction for that. I don't know what the penalties are though. We have 2. Okay, here's their pay period. 1st of the 15th, you get paid on 25th of the month. 16th, you get paid to the end of the month, and you get on the 10th of that month. So, all right. So there's some examples there to do that. Payoneer, I've already done Payoneer. I already have that from Palfish and Ingu. They use Payoneer. Teaching badge materials. Native Camp has lots of materials. You cannot conduct a class without badges. How do you do badges? New teacher, a new teacher. Okay, so I already have these here. New teacher has the following. I should put a new teacher here. I'm correcting their grammar. I was correcting the other grammar. So like right here, these right here bugs me half to death when people do that. Commas and periods always go inside of quotation marks. Remember that. So. Remember somebody told me this one rule one time to remember punctuation. Like commas and periods, they're small, and then you have the exclamation points and question marks. They're big. They can go either inside or outside according to the context of the sentence. But they'll say small children always play inside, but big kids have a choice of either inside or outside. I always remember that. That's how I learned that many, many, many years ago. So periods and commas are always inside of a quotation mark, and question marks and exclamation points can be either inside or outside. It's according to, again, what's going on in that sentence there. Thus, we would like for you to study. Here's some badges you can get. After a week, new badges will be added automatically. Well, what new badges? Aside from, I don't know. I know what this is. I've heard of that. Because that's like, you see a lot of that from Ingu. And this is from Ingu a lot. I'm definitely not getting British punctuation. Counseling. Oh, wow. British teachers. Okay, British teachers will have British pronunciations instead of pronunciation. So I'll have pronunciation. Is there pronunciation there? Oh, well. We would like you to study the said badges using the sheet below in order for you to be able to handle the lessons and those materials. So here's some things. Okay, I've seen this already. I've seen those things. I've been looking at them like that. According to our statistics, a teacher can get many regular students after conducting. Therefore, we recommend new teachers conduct 1,500 classes first and have some experience in conducting classes so they can have excellent skills and more in native camp. Well, I guess how am I going to get to 1,500 with it if you don't have regular students? Oh, well, I don't know what this is. There's like different. Students can book your kind lessons half the price. However, you will still receive the usual tutor fee. This way, students are encouraged to book. Okay. Referral promos. Currently have referral. I forgot to put in someone. I was doing it. I was going to go. I thought you could go back and put in someone's referral before you actually got hired, and it did not do that. There's like one now. You put the referrals stuff in, and then after you conduct a lesson or two or so many lessons, then you'll both get $50. I forgot to do that. My fault. Sorry if you were doing that. Referral incentive, it can be reflected in the cutoff. Is that it? Okay, that wasn't much of a. I guess it was okay. This is what, when you go on here, they always ask you a goal. Like I just put in $18. So they're telling me if I want to get $18, I need 5 sudden lessons in 3 days to achieve that goal. There's my name. I don't have any. I don't know what this is. Okay, I haven't achieved my goal of $18 yet for this pay period. The pay revenues can only be conducted. So I don't know what that payment condition. When you successfully completed, okay, incentives. What's this incentives? Okay, you get a one-time, whatever how much that is. When you successfully completed 100 slots sudden or booked in 2 weeks after your account was activated. Oh, so I better get on that. When you successfully completed 100 slots sudden or booked during a pay period, so there's an extra $550. I don't know how much is $550 like. Let's look at that email. Okay, so, it's more than what I get here. So you get an extra, like maybe an extra $9, I guess. I'm not going to fret over that. This is probably a lot more there, I'm sure. No cancellation incentive. When you completed 20 book slots without your side's cancellation during a pay period and not making any cancellations after reaching the goal of 20. Okay, so if you get that, if you get at least 20 and there's no cancellations period in that pay period, then you get an extra, however much that is in US dollars. Introducing tutor incentive, that's something different. Ranking. Okay, so you get extra money if you rank. That's why all those people are ranking there. Example, teacher A. Okay, we reserve the right to modify the amount of the tutor fee and incentives anytime without prior notice. Well, that's comforting to know. What's a referral promo? I've never been good at referrals anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so students info. Some of these I'm just seeing for the first time as well. Okay, now this is information about students who took your. Oh, this is nice to have. Okay, so I guess I'll watch those videos. I'll go through and watch these videos at some other time, and see what they're all about. Textbook, and that's what they call their things, like their lessons here, like a beginner course, conversation. I think the students do that. Check the text of lesson which student choose from. If you cannot see the chapter, adjust it manually. Okay, so I think the student selects these, and I'll look at the video again, what they want to do. Similar like in Ingu, they select what they want to do first before they come in, and they can pick what it wants and all that. So learning kit for teachers. This is where I went and saw some videos here already. I watched Free Conversation. No, I watched Daily News and see what it's all about. And you can watch a mock lesson. I'm not for sure if I'll have to. I don't know if I want to go by the person's example. She was very robotic with the way she conducted that lesson. I'm not going to show it. You can look it for yourself. I don't want to, put her on blast here in front of everybody. But the way she conducted that lesson, it feel like it was very non-personable. I don't think this. That's not my style of doing. So I'm sure I'll have to tweak that to make it my way of doing things. And it was very read this, read that. No, I can't. No. Watch me do one lesson and get fired already for not doing that. Japanese phrases. Am I going to have to learn these? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Maybe if the contact info tells how to contact customer service support. Please give this information to the student who requires them. Okay, so if I want to come here and give them something, if they can't understand me, okay, I can go here and just do that. Tell the student how to change textbooks. Okay. If I want to suggest things, they give me the whole layout of what I'm doing there. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, now look at that as well. Translation. Oh, they have their own translation program. You can use. I use Google Translate. So here's my schedule. The schedule looks, a little different. one thing I noticed is that what's this? You click that, what's that do? Anyway, each time slot has either red, yellow, or blue time slots there, like little silhouettes of people. And the more silhouettes of people is the likelihood that slot will be booked. For some reason, that only has 4 there. 111. And I opened one up for 5:30, still available. No one's booked me. Oh, well. And so, but I've got some English classes already booked, right? Hammer on down through there. I may do a sudden class. I may do one sudden class this evening before I'm not for sure. If this doesn't get booked, I think I will open a sudden class just to get my feet wet. Reservation. This lists if you have our classes and your history. And I'm assuming this is where this page shows the evaluation from the student. Okay, evaluation. Okay, so this is the evaluation that they give to me afterwards. I wonder if they put their name on it or not. Is an account. Oops, let me get my things here. I'm still over here looking. I'll make it. I'm trying to get myself out of the way so you can see things there. Anyway, there's me. Oh, there's my mugshot there. I ain't gonna personal information. I ain't gonna do all that. What's rule? Okay, these are regarding systems. Okay, what's this mean? Important textbook. Notice the displays important announcements. Okay, announcements from it's notices. Okay, I've already seen some of those. Rule. This page shows the rules from admin. Checking the rules. Are there any rules? Oh, what's this say? Education. Tips for side by side. Tips for lesson, video, and info to be a good teacher. Okay. Here's payment. We know what that means. Virtual background. I can have some of these as my background if I want to. I notice these only work usually because Ingo has something similar, but they don't usually work. Things already behind me. Rank you with all the different teachers there for that. And so open space, I think it's where you can rant and rave. Okay, so that is, there's the guideline page that we were looking at earlier. Prohibited list, orientation. I'll look at these later on as well. Contract, prohibited list, this matters. Let's look at some of those here too. Conducting classes using other devices like a phone or a tablet aside from, you have to use a desktop or laptop. You cannot use that since it doesn't allow wired connection, which makes them unstable. Okay. Conducting, you can't do it in a public place, so I can't do it in a hotel lobby. Go to McDonald's for that. Be mindful that these students get easily distracted who might complain about these. Submitting a message to the student even when the class is going. What? Submitting messages even when class is going creates a bad reputation on you as a tutor. Student might complain about it since they were not able. Submitting messages to the student. What you're talking about. Change of settings, passwords of any. You're not allowed to change company passwords. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Contacting students outside of lesson time. Okay, that's something typical for most of them, except for VIP Kid. They just discouraged it. You should only contact them during class time to avoid personal relationships and abuse of teacher skills. This ensures strict professional relationship. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But arguing or sending negative messages to the student. We always maintain good customer service. 3 serious complaints. Also, if you get 3. So this is what I was thinking about when I kept reading on Facebook about people getting deactivated a lot. 3 serious complaints from a student. So I wonder what they consider serious. Teachers should come to work prepared and follow the student's request and recommended class flow. Yeah. Inappropriate behavior. Whatever. Requesting student to provide teachers with a certain. No, you can't. I know Ingo does the same thing. They get really perturbed if you can't even ask them to rate you. They have the right to rate or not rate you, but if you ask for them, please rate me after the class or please provide feedback after class, then they get really red over that. Ending class lesson ahead of time, that's a given. We don't just up and leave. There was one student who was complaining on Facebook, and I don't want to call his name out, but I don't remember who it was, but talking about getting a bad rating because even with he asked the student's permission, but He went up during class and got a glass of water. That's for those of us who worked in these for a while. That's a huge no-no as well. I don't. Anyway, there may be legitimate reasons why he needed water, but hopefully it wasn't just because his mouth was dry. Japanese people value the importance of privacy. They have a personal information protection law that protects the individual's private information. Well, we kind of have that too with FERPA, but I don't know. Age, civil status. Sometimes they just blurt it out to you. I'm 47 years old, and I guess that's fine if they do. Religion, job. Well, these are things I ask sometimes. What do you do? I don't ask. You can always gauge what the student, how they're feeling it, but show me your ID. It'd be fine if I just family structure or any kind of information that used to identify a person. Information about a student on SNS. What's SNS? Is that social networking sites? Yeah. Private information. Any private information that the student chooses to share with teachers is meant for personal only, sharing private details. Pictures, videos of the student without the company's permission. I wouldn't just put their picture there. If you see me post things of like, when I did like for other classes, I always put like a thing over the person's face. Wearing too revealing clothing to the class. So I'm not going to come to class shirtless. So there goes that. I might as well just quit now. Leaving your PC while on standby mode. It's not allowed. Student wants to call you. They can enter the class right away without any permission, and they might get disappointed. If you're going to put standby, don't get up and go to the toilet or something. Don't do that. Contacting and adding students to your personal account and offering private classes. Obviously, that would be a huge no-no. That's kind of rude to do. Distracting classes like introducing family members. What is introducing family members to the student and the like are strictly prohibited. Can I meet my mom? Insisting the student. Now I've seen some families like the kid will pop up and there's I guess you can't really stop that. Insisting the student uses other materials, and there's some really people. There's some people who do that. I've seen people who have argued with a student. They've mentioned on Facebook. They do it with Ingu as well. I've seen students talk about, well, I didn't think they're ready for that, and I insisted that they do a different. Just let them do what they pick and go with it. And same thing with VIP Kid. We didn't just tell them, wow, this is too hard for you. Oh, this is too easy. And so it's something you just contacted the company if you felt that way. Inviting or forcing students to reserve a class. What? Why can't you invite them? Forcing the student, you can't force them, obviously. The student to reserve your class is strictly prohibited. Students always have the right to choose whether to reserve it. Well, of course they do. How are you going to force them? What are you going to threaten them with, Avoiding and not entertaining students' questions during class. Be open to students' questions and do your best to answer them. It's according to what question they ask. I'm not going to answer so much of private, personal, rude questions. Canceling reservations without notice. Teacher must think so many times before plotting the schedule to avoid cancellation. Student thinks a teacher is not sincere for her job. Conducting lessons with your family or going. Teachers must not conduct family. Okay, so conducting lessons with them by contacting each other outside of the lesson is forbidden and prevents the student from taking the teacher's lesson. In that way, students lose their opportunity to learn English. I don't get what they're talking about there. I guess if you have a family or a friend from another country, like I have a friend who he's an adult in Beijing. I guess they're telling me to not tell him to sign up for Native Camp and book my classes. So anyway, I think an illustration of these. I got to see these. Don't lie down during class. Did people do that? I'm sure they've had to do this or people wouldn't put those on there. Don't talk to anybody other than your student during class. Strictly prohibited. Don't send angry, insulting messages. Don't send or lend money. Don't ask to send or lend. There's money isn't a matter of asking or lending money. There was a big thing. I remember looking at another Facebook group of either this one or Ingu. There was a tutor who kept asking students, like complaining about her, either his or her, I can't remember, their poor financial status and kind of hitting around wanting to borrow money. And so, don't do that. That's you're giving a bad name. Then they're going to be afraid to book more classes because they're going to get hit up. And we avoid because they always hit you up for money. Don't be that person. Don't exchange the students' social media accounts. I use it, not these three. I've done. I know WeChat I've done for VIP kids because they didn't mind. They just discouraged it. Don't take a student picture without permission. That's kind of rude. If you're going to do it, just like kind of put your phone down here and I'm not saying blast and put them on blast and face. I just sometimes if students are showing something neat, I'll do that. I don't just like look at this person. Let's laugh. And so, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Don't talk one-sidedly and be the only person talking during a lesson. There's been times that I've been guilty of talking to a topic that I really like, and I talk, and I have to pull myself back. So this is one that sometimes I'm guilty of. I don't talk the whole time. I give them as much, but then I forget. Don't yawn because that makes their learning, makes their learning go down if you yawn. Refrain from asking your students' age. That's rude anyway. You don't ask, hey, how old are you? You don't even do that. Don't drink something without asking the student. Ask for permission before drinking anything during class to avoid giving off impolite impression. Y'all mind if I drink coffee? Sometimes I'll mention I have coffee in my class. I haven't worked for Native Kid yet. I do it for Ingu or usually I do for VIP Kid if I've had the student for a while. He or she is drinking something. Right now I'm just getting level 7 students, so they really don't care what I'm doing on this side. As long as, I got coffee here, so it's not a big deal. Don't let your mind wander. Always focus on a topic. Don't conduct lessons from a noisy room. Don't use your mobile phone during. I'll get me pick up my phone right now because I keep getting Snapchat messages here. Don't use your mobile phone during a lesson. That's rude too. I'm that person who hates, like if I'm having dinner with you, if we're hanging out, and I'm talking to you, and you're always on your phone. I think that's quite rude too. Don't rest your cheek on your hand. If your hand is supporting your head from the top and falling asleep, this is a very bad message to your students that you're bored. Always set stream like this. Now, I've done this before. Having like a intent look. I've never done like this. I think they're thinking like this. Yeah, don't do that. That's kind of rude too. I've done this before like that. Don't be without a facial expression. Now, this is one I need to adhere to a lot because I have sometimes I have that resting face people talk about. It's not a very nice phrase, but I have that. It looks like so I need to. I always got to be conscious that at least crack a small do that. Don't request a 5-star evaluation. I never did that with VIP Kid either. I always just said, at the end of my feedback, I would, please let me know how I did. If there's anything you liked. I never said, please give me 5 stars. I thought that was, very tacky. Don't do that anyway. Don't cancel your booked lesson at the last minute. You'll get, they can keep their fee. And don't lose your interest and motivation. You can't tell me what I'm interested in. That's kind of, but be a good actor. Teachers are good actors anyway. Good teachers are. What's dismissal procedures? What's that? It just tells you how you how many warnings you get. So I can tell. Oh look, I can tell 2 jokes. I can tell 2 dirty jokes before I get fired. I'm not going to do that for the student. Inefficiency in the performance job. Looks like you have different things here. Oh, this is a second meeting the student without permission from the office. I ain't gonna meet them when they're across the world anyway. Willful refusal without a valid reason to comply with or follow official instructions. That's insubordination there. 3 serious complaints. 3 consecutive days of canceled reservations without notice. Disrespect, using foul language toward a coworker. Did we talk to our? I guess I don't know. Well, to the student, yeah, but act that causes disturbance, delay of work, forging other people's signatures. Oh, these are like, look at that. Fine you get $5,000 fine. Sending, transmitting, disseminating property. I can do company information. I don't know what that means. Misappropriation, reproduction of company documents, reporting to work under the company information. Let's define that. I know what divulging means. What I'm doing right now, like big things. made known, private, or sensitive. I don't want my, I guess, yeah, nothing private here. I'm not doing anything like that. So I think that's about it. All righty. Anyway, just thought I would, why did I go teacher ranking? I didn't want to care for that. Just thought I'd come on and do a video like that and see, let you know that I am now part of Ingu. All righty. Thank you for watching, and hopefully, if you do watch this later, like it, please, or something. No one showed up today. All righty. Bye-bye.